Alright, well, I was trying to stream, but I guess I will just have to record. What's up, everybody? Ted here at Bodies and Wicks. Behind me is the Keywork. If you don't know what the Keywork is, a good old band of mine. Not actually a band of mine. Band I like. Cohegan Cambridge, shout out to them. Sorry if it's a copyrighted picture. Please don't kill me. In that case, I'll transition real quick. There we go. Alright, first, what I got up here is Bitcoin. Everybody loves to talk about Bitcoin. Why not talk about Bitcoin, right? So I still have my Fibonacci set from the other day, right, to where basically it got from the highest point to its high so far down to that dropped that first low right after it, right? Pulled back up, same 5% dropped, exactly symmetrical. We talked about that yesterday. It looks like it's on its way back up. Okay, so what do I expect Bitcoin to do from here? Be honest, I am not sure. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get a new high, but it could. If anything, could do the same exact thing. Pop right up, right through it. Drop back down, do the same thing all over again, because it did drop below my area that I thought it would. This area right here, that's just the liquidity pool, right? Everybody's thinking that this was probably a good safe resistance point, support point, and smart money likes to push right through those, right? So pushed right through it, double the double the symmetry of the trade. Now it's pulling back up. I think honestly probably some of this could probably have to do with fundamentals, with the whole crappy thing that we got, the stimulus package that's going to be spending a lot of our money, so people are looking to go towards somewhere else, getting out of the dollar. Could be going into Bitcoin. I'm looking over here. It's looking like this right here was the order block, right? So order block, well, maybe not. It looks like it was the start of one, right? Probably this right here, but it does come back up. It comes down and then pushes back up again. So I could say, and then it pushes down really, really hard. It drops again really, really hard after that. So I'm thinking because of that, once it hits this little order blockish area right through here, it's gonna fall again. So, it's about ready to do it. I may actually get ready to sell. And there it goes. There's the touch. And we shall see. If anything, it shouldn't get much higher than the actual order block itself, which would be up here. So you have basically a little triangle area, a little rectangle area, I should say, here to here. And then let's take this off and go all the way across, which is actually still a fairly big area, but still it shouldn't even pump into it that much, right? This should be probably the highest that it gets, if it does get into it. There could be another little something in here. I have no idea to where, because it looks like it kind of barely goes up and then shoots. It looks like it kind of shoots up and then back down. So it could get higher. It could get a lot higher actually before it actually comes back down. But who knows? We shall see. Maybe we'll come back to it in just a little bit and we'll find out. Let's check out some others. Right. So let's see how Ripple is doing. Ripple seems to be on the hill. Right. Kind of seems to be going back and forth. We don't really know what's going on with Ripple. Let me get a 1 hour look at this actually. Yeah, it's still kind of just on that. So I think it's yesterday or just kind of been going down. Looks like it's been going up and then like hitting some kind of order block and then falling after that. It looks like that seems to be its MO. Especially since yesterday or since earlier in the morning. Comes up, looks like here's the push down to push up, so this here would be your kind of breaker, right? Comes up, touches the breaker, drops back down. So not much happening, and I'm sure probably the same thing probably going to happen again if it's not already happened. You don't have too much of a push up, but you do have a high, low, and then another high. So it drops right below that, causing like a gap kind of. Comes back up, hits it. Now we're probably going to see more of a drop. So I would expect more dropping out of XRP. Ethereum, let's see what we got going on here. I'm actually thinking Ethereum's looking bullish. It did have this good run up here. It looks like it did. You don't really have much of a bearish order block, right? If you did, it would have stopped right here. It looks like it's kind of trading right through that. So it is pushing up into that. And looks like probably your last gas would be like right here before it would, kind of take a step back and fall. Not really seeing much come out of that though, or not just yet anyway. So watch for that level, 637, 640ish. Watch for that levels there. See if it does kind of take a step back. See if it's going to take a fall or not. Otherwise, I think it might continue pushing through this. There is a lot of bearish action in there before this, but then it looks like it does kind of hit, once it touches, it comes down here and hits this, this area right here, which is one giant order block right through here. Extend this out. Then it starts getting bearish again. So it comes down, anybody that could have been short in this area, right? That's what smart money does. Anybody that goes short, especially this one last little, push down where they went short. Anybody that went short in that area, could have came down, got out at that moment, and then now they're pushing back up, getting out of that short. So looks like Ethereum seems to be looking rather bullish. I think Bitcoin is pushing through this as well. This is interesting. Now it's gotten above the wicks here. You know what? I was looking at the hour. I may have jumped in way too early. Let me see here. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so it looks like it's still way past that though, I think. Let's see here. We got your last up before your down candle is right there. The candle, the Bitcoin pushes through it. Looks like it could be coming back down a little bit. Or it could be waiting to come back up to here. Or maybe that's what it did. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that. Sometimes with coins, they don't touch the actual order block all the way like Forex does. They usually drop in just a little bit below it. And it seems like that's maybe what's happening with Bitcoin right now. It looks like it does seem to finally be dropping though. We'll see how far it does drop, if it does. Looks like it wants to be rocking the boat right now. No, we'll see. Anyways, all right, Litecoin. Litecoin looks like it's probably doing the same thing. Looks like it just hit an order block itself. Why does it do this? You notice how it does that? I don't know why it does that all the time. It just wants to zoom in really, really far. It's like Litecoin comes up, it come back, you know, as the price is coming down, right? It gets to this little one last pump up right here, and looks like it's trying to fight through that. I don't know. Let me see if that was higher than. Yeah, that's just a lot of consolidation right there. That's kind of an area I wouldn't want to mess with. Looks like it could be coming up here to consolidate. But we shall see. Alright, so I'm going to head on over to what I have been paying attention to a lot of, which has been GU. Why do all these lines keep showing back up? I swear, didn't I just do this yesterday? I know anybody who watched me yesterday. Watch me delete every single one of these lines. I know I saved them. They didn't show up at work whenever I was looking at it at work. Why does it keep showing up? Why does it keep doing this? It makes no sense. I delete these like at least twice a day. Jeez. I know I did it because I was doing it over here instead of in front of the price. Decided to leave my little line I left though. Kept all. Jeez, I don't know. Anyways, sorry, I'm trying to get this straightened out because this was not supposed to be like this. All right, so what happened with the GBP? I thought it was gonna go up, right? So last night, whenever I had this drawn, right? I think I had this drawn right here up to here, and it had come right down. Would you please just help me out? There we go. And it come back down right to my favorite spot, the 70.5, right? And that's when I went ahead and put in my bid. I went to sleep. I woke up, it was 5 in the morning, and luckily it had came up just to here, and I saw that it was equal highs. It had gotten these equal highs 3 times. I told myself it must be hitting an order block, and I got out right there. So it was about 50 pips or so, I want to say. Of course, I didn't do that right, so right around here to about, yeah, right around there. So luckily I had a good about 50 pips or so in on that. I wasn't sure if it was going to continue going forward, if it was going to come back down, hit an order block, and then continue on. That's what I was hoping on. But as I was like looking at this and getting ready for the day, it was giving me really no clear sign as to what it wanted to do until I actually did this. And then I realized it was backwards, right? So even though it kind of, here it didn't really give you too much to go off of, it was still too shallow once it had this spike. And I was thinking this spike down here was the one trying to clear people out going long, right? Generally that's what these spikes do. Once you see a spike like that, it generally tries to clear people out. That's already going long. Because it wants to continue going up. So I thought it was going to continue going up even after I got out. I was just waiting on a better place to re-enter, but it continued going down, and then it was giving me no good sign to re-enter, to go up. So I did not re-enter at all. But if I would, like I said, if I had taken a look at the other way, like I just showed you, it was in fact, going down for the day. But that's fine, because what did it do? It reached at least the 127%, right? Now it's starting to go back up. I think our bullish bias is going to continue. We just had a down day, that's all. One thing it didn't do, it didn't clear the low, right? So we don't clear a low. It actually just kind of consolidated a little bit. I mean, it still had some decent down movement, but most of this was during the Asian session. At least that part of it was. This part was during the London session, which that was a consolidation, just one big move back and forth. And then the New York session was just all down. After the end of the New York session, it started to slide back up. So I think our bullish bias continues. I'll have to check and see what's going to be happening around midnight. What do I think is going to happen? Because this is just a lot of mumbo jumbo. I really don't. I mean, right here is a big liquidity pool, right? You have all these equal highs, so it's going to be drawing toward these highs, that's for sure. But what I don't know is if it's going to keep going down. I think it's balanced itself out enough to where it shouldn't be going down any further. It should be fine to continue going up. And then I'll see where it ends up right around I don't know, right around the time for what was going on. Well, actually it went a little bit further down than I thought it would go, since the last time I had checked, because it did, because I'm looking at the 15-minute. When I was looking at the 5-minute, it looked like it was going to stop here and then go back up, and I honestly thought that's what it's going to do. So now it came back down a little bit further. It looks like it could still come down a little bit further, so I'm not going to play with this just yet. I am going to just take a look at right there. That's where I think the next potential buy could be. It really hasn't. Well, yeah, I guess it can. I don't know. I don't know if this is balanced out yet either. You got these two lines here. Yeah, I don't know if this is really balanced out either. So GBP could still be looking like it could come down a little bit, I think, before it makes another rally up. So I'm going to wait a little bit on GBP. We'll see where it's at on midnight. But as far as where it's at right now compared to the low, I know you're not supposed to draw fibs just anywhere and everywhere, but I usually do like to just get it kind of a sense as to where things are at. Why I did that. So drawing a line there, drawing it up here. If it did come back, yeah, that would kind of be in the golden zone to buy, right? But I'm looking, and even this here, you got a big order block going down. It barely gets up out of it. It kind of seems like, let me do some quick mathings here real quick. So if we go from, actually let's go from wick to wick, and we just throw something, it looks like as the very bottom of that is the halfway point. So yeah, it looks at that, nailed the halfway point. Okay, so there's the balance right there. So it nails the halfway point, comes back up, and so now it's got to rebalance. I think it's probably going to be hitting this candle here, this line. Let me see here. What is that? About 133460, somewhere around there. That's where I'm thinking it's probably going to be heading before it continues to buy. Now it could take all night for it to get down there. That's one thing that's probably going to happen. It's probably just going to, you know how GU is. It's going to float. It's going to float. By the time midnight, 1 o'clock hits, it'll probably finally get back down to here, and hopefully take up off this way, because we do have these equal highs, right? So there is a liquidity pool above here, and then also for looking at that, the 127 matches up perfectly with just getting over that high. So if we're looking at confluences, there's one confluence. Let me see if I can find some more. It's like another liquidity draw. So the high for this is right around that 162. If we go to a double symmetrical, twice as much, then we'll be looking at definitely closing, well, not closing the gap, but breaking that high that it ended with on Friday. So could take some time, but that's if, that's even if that's what we end up with. Who knows? It could end up going higher a little bit, right? And then coming back down, and then this being the 80%, exactly at that line, and then who knows what we end up with after that. But as of right now, that kind of confluence that we had did look pretty good. Looked like it, it's something that it would do, hit the 162, and at least get over that that liquidity pool right there, probably pull back and then move forward after that. I'm gonna guess what's happening with GU. EU took a tumble today. I know I put a bid on this early, so mine are still here, right? So I did the same thing as I did last night with GU. If you watch my video, put my bid in somewhere around here, about the 0.71. Whenever I woke up, it was about 5 in the morning. Luckily, I had made a little bit of money. I had set my take profit right here. I wish I would have just put it at 100 and left it, but I was at 5 in the morning. It was coming down, and I didn't want to risk it. I was afraid it would hit an order block like GU did, and it was going to be doing the same. So I got out as soon as I could, and I think the least I made was on GU, because it was just barely above where I'd entered. And I think it was at like 5 pips or something like that, something ridiculous. So we'll have to see what's going to happen with EU now. If I'm going to go, I want to look at this from session to session, and check out this whole thing, right? So right now would be definitely a good buying spot if we're thinking about buying. But the thing with EU that I don't like is that there are a lot of kind of, you know, equal low areas down here that could be liquidity pools. So you could see EU actually kind of jump below this. I think you could see EU start falling and getting below this area here. That's what I think could possibly happen with EU. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, we did see, I mean, it had a willingness to go up. It broke a high, right? So it broke its high from yesterday, but it didn't break a low just yet. But I feel like it's showing more of a willingness to go lower. So I'm going to go with a bearish bias on this. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try to get back on around midnight or so, and we'll see what's going on with that. And then last one, Eurogbp did exactly what I thought it was going to do, right? So I remember that line I drew last night, and I said it's probably going to hit this because this is where that 5-minute bearish order block was. I put my bid in right here at 0.75. I think it was a little bit below that actually. 0.75. I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was I think it had dropped quite a well. I think I'd waited a little bit longer because it wasn't. Oh no, 5 o'clock in the morning. It was actually fairly low. So this is the second one. I actually had made some good pips off this. I want to say it was about 30 or 40 pips I made off this one too. So 0.75 somewhere around here, and then 5 o'clock, yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere around 30 or 40 pips is what I made off of this. So wasn't too bad. I could have made more, right? It decided to suck back up, and then it decided, you know, came back up, and it was doing this thing, and then all of a sudden it came back up and it hit that 5-minute order block that I thought it was gonna hit, and then decided to roll back down from there. I should have just placed a trade there, let it sit, you know, because it hit it at the end of the London session, and then it continued to just sell after that. But you know, I gotta pay more attention to these blocks and the time of day that it's gonna happen. So those are things I definitely gotta watch out for. So we'll see what's gonna happen. That's all I got for now, guys. Gonna check out some other things and keep doing some analysis. But hopefully I'll be back and I'll actually be able to do a live video with you guys around midnight or so. All right, thanks for checking it out. My name is Ted Bodysonwick. Oh yeah, please don't forget, if you can, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it, tell your friends, whatever. At least just hit the like button, please. That'd be great. It actually shows transparency, you know, that other people can see the video as well. You know, more people are more apt to watch the video if they see a like button. So if you think I do a good job, you think I'm doing okay, let me know. If not, you know, leave a comment. There's too many bots in the comments that I have to report all the time. So you know, if you're actually real, just say, hey, I'm real. This is what I like about your stuff. If not, you know, you don't want to do any of that, just give me a like, that's all. But thanks a lot for watching, and I shall see you guys later tonight. All right, and to remember, always wear your pants. Any advice or information on this website is general advice only. It does not take into account your personal circumstances. Please do not trade or invest based solely on this information. By viewing any material or using the information within this site, you agree that it is general education material, and you will not hold any person or entity responsible for loss or damages resulting from the content or general advice provided here by Bodies and Wicks. Its employees, directors, or fellow members, futures, options, and spot currency trading have large potential rewards, but also large potential risk.
You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets, as well as Forex. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy, sell, trade futures, spot Forex, CFDs, options, or other financial products. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in any material on this website. The past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results.